I'm back live. And today is not only a special day because it's the last day of Virgo season, it is the 265th day of the year. Therefore, it's literally 100 days left in this year of 2025. And we are here today to discuss me being monetized on YouTube for 1 year. If this was not live, I would edit in a round of applause. That's like, woo, with the cheers in the background and everything else. So if you're watching this and you're tuned in, go ahead and do that for me. Hype me up on YouTube, literally by pressing the button, subscribe for the vibes, and let's go ahead and get into this thing. Y'all grab y'all treats, your snacks, whatever the case may be, whatever you need, because I'm not really certain how long it's going to take, but we are live, so I'm going to try to keep it as cute and short and sweet as possible. So before we do anything, we do have to thank God for this day. We have to thank God for protecting over us. We have to thank God for watching over us and covering us with a cloak of protection from the blood of the Lamb. We have to thank God for getting us this far. We have to thank God for what is to come. We thank God for each and everything that he's doing, because he is so worthy of all the honor and the glory, praise. Because if it was not for God, if it was not for God, oh my God, my God, my God, my goodness, if it was not for God, Jesus, literally in Jesus, because it felt like an act of Congress to get here, but thank God for Jesus. Thank God we made it. We are, like I said, monetized on YouTube for 1 year. And because I have essentially, y'all have been with me the entire way of like being on the grind to get to monetization, the days when we weren't monetized and we were just, dreaming, and then we started putting in the work, and then now we're here. But also, because now that we have given the glory to God, we do have to read the Bible verse of the day, because that is also a part of this channel. This is a proclamation and declamation of all of God's goodness. Because like I said, if it wasn't for God, if it was not for God, my goodness, Jesus. Happy birthday to everybody that's born today, because like I said, we're ending Virgo season, so God bless the gang. Bible verse of the day is coming from Matthew 9:22, and the Bible verse of the day is always in the description, as it should be. The Bible verse of the day does say, Jesus turned and saw her. Take heart, daughter, he said. Your faith has healed you. And the woman was healed at that moment. Okay? Because that's why I'm like, this is like a full circle moment. Like, the woman was healed at that moment. Like, we have been monetized for an entire year. It really feels like a SpongeBob episode where it's like, literally 1 year later, 1,000 subscribers later, 10,000 watch hours later, and almost 500,000 views, because I'm like, we're at like 480,000 some odd views for this channel. But yeah, that's something. It's literally felt like a SpongeBob episode of trying to get here. But like I said, if you've been with me along the way, then you know that I believe in small steps making a big impact. We are a small channel that makes a big impact. Like I said, it takes, 1,000 subscribers for you to even get monetized. Really, you can get into it at like 500. Is like unlocking the first part of monetization, which is like that 500. I unlocked July of 2024. And the second part is unlocking the 1,000, and that's when you get like the watch ads and things like that. And I unlocked that September of 2024, which is why I'm like, we're literally 1 year later. I have literally step by step, play by play along the way. Y'all have been with me. I mean, every step of the way I have given y'all, y'all have seen everything that I've done. I've given it to you in format. I've showed up on the live. I've showed you. That's one of the main things that got me the watch hours. Because like I said, I'm at like 10,000 watch hours. And like I said, almost like 500,000 views. Like I said, 480,000 views. But like on the shorts monetization, you need like 10 million views to get monetized. I don't know how y'all focus on shorts for monetization, but so be it. So be it. Because I would rather get on live, give y'all these long format videos, or make a long format video, vlog, whatever the case may be, get the watch time. But like I told you, free game, you get on live, you still in the watch hours from people. That's why I'm like, get on live. That's why I'm like, we're back live with the rundown of how it went down and telling y'all what the first YouTube paycheck was. Like I said, I don't want to make it long, but like I said, I haven't even said it, but I said it in my mind, so I'm gonna tell y'all now. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And, you know, if it's something that I can answer for you, then it's something that I would love answering for you. But I am making this video in large part because I am a small channel. So I do this for the small channels to let you know that you need to be who God called you to be. Whether you are, you know, a small something or a big something, just like the Bible verse of the day yesterday said, you know, he made the person that's forming the clay, which is us, you know, he made special purposes, and then he just made some for regular purposes, and that's just fine. But no matter where you fall into that category, if YouTube is something that you want to do, don't let anything stop you. And that's something that I also need to say too, because I know a lot of the times people are like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, especially to get on live. A lot of people ask me all the time, like, how do you do live? And I'm like, y'all, I'm not worried about what anyone thinks about me. I'm worried about getting a check. I'm worried about making sure that I have financial stability. I'm worried about that I'm literally building something that's literally a burning desire of my heart. Like that Bible says, you know, it's a burning desire of your heart. God will give it to you. And it's like, this is a burning desire of my heart. And it's definitely working. It's just like put in the work, faith with the works, you know. You're working on something. And that's exactly what it is. Because I have over 1,000 videos on this channel. That is over 1,000 times that I've tried. At the bare minimum. At the bare minimum, I have tried 1,000 times. Because I'm like, there are some videos that are private. There are some videos that are unlisted at this point. But still to this day that are still there. I think I have like 1,300 videos. But like I said, at the bare minimum, to this day right now, there are at least 1,000 times that I tried. 1,000 times that I feel like this was not my best work. 1,000 times that I feel like this is cringe. 1,000 times that I don't even want to hear my voice again. Probably won't even listen to my voice again after this, okay? Because we're still working on things. I want productions and everything else like in real life. But for now, we're One Woman Revolution and Mariah Carey. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Oh, you know, that's really where we are with this. So I'm not ashamed to say that. So I'm like 1,000 times at the bare minimum. And thanks for leaving some love in the chat. I greatly appreciate that, girl. I greatly appreciate that. And that's what we do it for. The vibes, the tribe, the community, and the money, you know. I mean, I was doing this before there was even a monetization process, because literally I was even showing my dad earlier one of the videos that I made with my homeboy, and it's like basically a Tubi movie at this point. We were doing this before we were doing it, and it's still on YouTube to this day. Searched it up and it's still there. I posted some clips of it on my short, but I need to do a reaction video. I might do it on this live. I don't know. I might do it on this live, but doing a reaction though, because I want y'all to see it. So I'm like, I should do a reaction video where y'all can see it on the screen as well. We can actually go through it play by play. But again, I've been doing this for quite some time before the money even came, before the money was even an option. And now I'm at the point to where I'm like, we want the money. Hello, we want the money. So they're like, girl, we also here to know, you know, what's the total? What's the amount? Like, what's the first YouTube paycheck? Because like I said, I don't want to hold y'all. I don't want to hold y'all hostage. So like I said, I have, let me see how many subscribers I have right now. Even still, the minimum subscribers that you have to have is 1,000 subscribers, like I said, for watch ad monetization. So I'm at 1,700 subscribers right now. So shout out to all 1,700 y'all, because God is gonna bless y'all. He love y'all. Y'all know that. Okay, it's just as simple as that. So again, I'm a small channel, and that's why I'm like, this is just the real deal Holyfield of being a real, you know, small channel YouTuber. I don't have content that goes viral. I literally just vlog, live my life. Like I said, build, you know, my community, you know, give y'all the vibes, build my tribe, you know, of community, you know, my people. Simple as that. So you also need what, 4,000 watch hours for watch ads. And like I said, we're at like 10,000 watch hours at this point. And because I'm like, I have the monetization process. I don't have the little the bar anymore. But I think that was it. I think it was just the subscribers and the watch time, or the shorts time, which is like 10 million or something like that. But like I said, I have on my channel almost 500,000 views. So that is, like I said, I'm roughly at like 480,000 in views. So I used, not even used, but I was eligible for earning money on YouTube through subscribers and long format watch time, long format videos, not shorts. Because like I said, if you get to monetization process off shorts, you okay. And that's another thing too I want to tell you before we go into the amount. And that's another reason why I focused on long format content, because there aren't as many ad dollars to YouTube shorts. And now, me being a YouTube community partner, I do know that they're working on getting more partners for that. But because there aren't as many ad dollars in YouTube shorts, I wouldn't say don't focus on that, because shorts is great for exposure. Shorts is great for subscribers. That's what the S in shorts is for me. So it's like when you still need to get yourself out there, it's like when you need to market yourself real quick, you use shorts. But as far as like the content purposes for me and also the money, I'm just saying the ad dollars are on the long format videos, whether it's a live, whether it's a, long format video, whether it's, a playlist with a collection of videos so that ads can roll somewhere in between. But yeah, like I said, I'm just telling you from what I have done myself, from what I have to still do to make money on YouTube, because everything, like I told y'all, in getting monetized, don't introduce yourself to a vibe you can't maintain, even trying to get monetized, because everything that I had to do to get monetized, I still have to do to this day. And I'm still going to have to do to continuously get a YouTube check every time, the month roll, every time a threshold open up, because I don't even have to wait for, well, no, with YouTube, you do have to wait for the month. But if you make that threshold and it's that month where it unlocks, you at that, you at that time slot where the paycheck getting cut, your check getting cut. So that's another thing that I also want to tell y'all too. When you are monetized on YouTube, after getting monetized, you then have to make the threshold to even receive a payment. So even if you make, like, I was so happy to make my first penny on YouTube. I honestly was. Like, I like, my mom even asked me about it the other day. She was like, how much did you make on YouTube check, like, this month? So I told her whatever. And she was like, well, that's a long way away from making a penny. And I was like, you know what's crazy? You even remember making my first penny, because I was so happy about making my first penny on YouTube. Honestly, I wish that no matter how much money you make, they give it to you every month. But there is a minimum amount of dollars that you have to make before YouTube even pays you. And then, like I said, you also have to have it within the time of that month to get it on that month when the paycheck is cut. But you have to have at least $100 made on YouTube to receive a paycheck. And this is why I'm saying, with shorts and not having as many ad dollars, even though you may have the views, it's not going to give you as much money. And that's why I still do my lives almost every day, if not 3-4 times a week. I would say at the very least I am live at least 3-4 times a week. But in the process, on the grind to get monetized, it was every day. It was almost annoying. Some people unsubscribed, and I understand. Because some videos, like I said, just were literally me trying to build, see what sticks, get to where, the monetization unlocks, and the monetization is also monetizing. Like, I was just shooting. I don't even play sports, but I'm, dribble, shoot. This is me thinking. This me, cooking up, and I'm shooting. Even if I'm cooking up in the kitchen, it's like making noodles, and you throw the noodle to the wall and then see if it's done and see if it stick. That's what I'm doing, because sometimes the noodle wasn't done. It would slide down, and it's like, damn, I gotta go back to the lab. I gotta cook up some more. All of that happened in real time a lot of the time. That's why I'm like, being worried about being embarrassing and being cringy is the last thing you should do. Y'all, I fell asleep on live the other day. Our movie night almost became a slumber party because I fell asleep. Do I delete those videos? No, because that's not the first time that I have fallen asleep on live. And it might not be the last. Because when I tell you that movie night put me good to sleep, we had it up on a projection. We had our snacks. We had our shots. We had a great night. Thanks to everybody that was tuned into our Virgo season movie tonight. It's still up. You can watch it. The movie ended up watching me. Okay, like I said, I ended up falling asleep. But the bottom line is, like I said, don't be afraid. Go for it. Don't worry about what anyone has to say, because you're gonna have to put in a lot of work. You're gonna, and I just want you to, know that if you're gonna be someone that's an everyday individual, one person revolution, like I'm a one woman revolution by myself. Like I have to film, I have to edit, I have to upload, I have to market, I have to do all of those things, which is a lot of the reason why I stopped making long format video, in the process of me having to film it, edit it, upload. This, whatever it said, and that's just what it's gonna be. It's gonna flow freely. It might not even flow freely, but we gonna get it out, and that's all that matters. I'm like, having to chop it up and make it all perfect. I'm off of that. I'm off of that, because that's gonna come for sure. That's why I'm like, subscribe for the vibes, because I want a full-fledged production. Like I said, I'm a thespian. I've been in theater since child I was 3 years old in the church. Then in grade school, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, K through 12. I'm in the drama department. I won most dramatic, most talkative, biggest ego, singing superlatives. The whole class knew. That's why I'm like, there will be productions. That's why I'm like, I'm working on it. But this is the thing. When you're doing this by yourself, I have to think about what even the production is going to be. I be trying to get my people that actually can think like this and produce movies that we've already done before. Like, what's the next thing that we're doing? Because we were doing this when we didn't have the money. Now we actually have the resources. Now, that's one thing that I love about Gen Z, baby. They come together and they get it done. One does hair, one does nails, one does the photography, they get it. Collaboration. That's one thing I can say about Gen Z. They definitely gets it done. So yeah, you get over here with your friend, whatever the case may be. But I'm just telling you, like I said, if you're somebody that's doing it by yourself, no. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some work. And also, I would say with my first YouTube paycheck, like I said, I got monetized with watch ads September. My first YouTube paycheck came like 6 months later, maybe, because like March of this year would have been when I got my first, we getting paid. So I'm like, I have done all of this rambling, all of this talking. I don't even want to say rambling. I just wanted y'all to be in the know of what's going on, because like I said, even still, it takes like, it could take you, I'm just being honest, it could take you anywhere from, like I said, for me, it was 6 months, and depending on how often you're posting content, what your content is. Like I said, I've never gone viral, which I'm okay with, because everything that I'm doing was practice. So it's not like I wanted something embarrassing to go viral. But if it got the money, then it got the money. But, whatever. I still want to be known as, a top tier producer. Like when you Google me, I wanted to say, American businesswoman and producer. Like that's what I want my Google stats to say. So that's why I'm like, I really be working on some things. This is just me getting comfortable with everything. So that way I can get to where I got to be in the end. Well, not even in the end, but I guess it would be like the end goal, the long haul, the goal, child. Yeah, because like the goal is, the compound with the family, but we got to small steps to a big impact to get to where we got to be. Okay, so I didn't even write anything down, and I'm hoping I went through everything, but I'm like, the time that we have been waiting for is what the amount of my first YouTube paycheck was as a YouTube partner. And my first payment was, I should have made y'all guess. All this time, y'all should have been guessing. So that's why I'm like, at this time is the big reveal of how much our first YouTube payment was. And this is what we received in the account. And if you don't know now, you know that YouTube does take taxes. Google, YouTube, they all the same. YouTube is owned by Google, takes taxes. So this is the amount that I did receive in my account. Like I said, you have to have at least a minimum to even have a payment from Google, YouTube, whatever the case may be. And that amount was $103.44. So, with that being said, I said all of that so you can decide if it's worth it for you. For me, it is, because making, this for my first paycheck, and, this is literally just me trying to get my bearings together, get my feet wet on, not even, I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is, because it's like, I've never had to do this by myself. Even when I was in school, there was a group of people, a set, a class of people that did things with me, whether it was building the set, because I have built sets my whole, thespian time in drama. But then again, I had to realize, I was like, wait, when I'm building stuff and doing all this DIY stuff by myself, I'm like, there was a whole class of people that did this with me. It's taking me, 7 weeks, what took me when we would get this done in 3 weeks. But I'm like, it was at least 7 people working on a staircase, or, a wall, a bridge, or whatever prop that we're making. Like, I sat on the throne as ᴏᴏιλᴛᴇᴛ from the Wiz, and I melted into it, and we had to build that. I mean, everything that I even was taking my personal stuff. I remember my mom used to come to my place and be like, is that my yes, girl. The theater world is literally like, you have to bring your own things. You are making everything yourself. So that's why I'm like, for me, I'm used to this. I love this. This is what I do. And it's coming together. Because I'm like, even if I start getting into collaboration, because y'all know I'm at the selfie showroom with my girl, we do the selfie fest, and I'm like, just getting content there definitely helps. I've been thinking about if I wanted to do some type of production there, but I'm thinking I need to have some type of events there. I'm like, maybe that's the next thing that we need to venture off to, because I'm still getting my money locally in my entrepreneur ventures. Y'all are still able to attend the event with me virtually. I might even do it as like a members only thing, or you need to buy a ticket if you really want to see it first. That's what we'll do, like members first, or you can get a ticket so you can see it first to actually be there and interact. But yeah, like that's where we're at with it, because like I said, that was my first YouTube paycheck. And then after that, it's honestly pretty much the same. The most, is just like I said, we 100 okay? It hasn't been like the thousands, like I said, where I see people have like 5,000, even 2,000. But I would love to be there, because I mean, that is I hate to say it, but that is like the bare minimum goal, because that is comparable to what I would have been making at a traditional job, because it was only giving me, like I said, like $1,012 every 2 weeks. So I'm like, once I get to that point in YouTube, I'll feel a lot better. But I know that I have to put the content out that's going to get me there. I am learning that my tutorials, my how-to content, that type of content, when you're teaching someone how to do something, is more favorable than, of course, just living your everyday life and just vlogging. Depending on what you're vlogging, someone may want to see, like if you go to event, whether it's local or something that's big like Rolling Loud, a festival that someone knows about, that grabs a lot of attention. But let's just say you're going shopping in the mall with your friends, it's a regular weekend, y'all going to the movies, baked cookies, sipped wine, having a good time. If people don't know you, then I'm not gonna say it's hard for them to sit through and watch, but it's just like, sometimes people feel like they have other things to do, which I can understand, because like I said, and I completely understand why people say y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you choose to be here with me. And it's greatly appreciated, because it's just like, I know as also someone that is a viewer of YouTube outside of being a person that produces content on YouTube. I watch YouTube. I click on certain things just to see if it, rocks with me. I might watch it. I might move on. But another thing that I will say is, I've never thumbs down nobody video. I don't know, because I'm like, I don't know, I've gotten a thumbs down on my video before, and I'm like, dang, I didn't think it was that bad. And I always have more thumbs up than thumbs down. I'm like, my videos still stay within like 80 to 90% of success thumbs up. But there is like one in particular that I see, because I don't think I've ever seen more than like 2, maybe 3 dislikes. But I'm like, I've never been on YouTube and thumbs down somebody's video, even if it was clickbaited. I might move on to the next video. I might not like it, which I probably won't. I won't subscribe, but it's just like, I'm not gonna thumbs down your video. Feel like if you thumbs down somebody's video, you gotta be a hater. But thumbs down on my video, it still works for me, because that, now I understand as a YouTuber why they say that, because it's like, if you don't like it, that does not mean YouTube is not gonna push it. They're not going to push it to you, but they're going to say, okay, so maybe someone, let's push this to someone else and see if they like it. And then when they like it, they give it a thumb up. Then I'm getting pushed twice. And then I'm getting, 2, 3 more thumbs up. So we're, rocking in the algorithm. So that's why I'm like, I get it, why it doesn't matter either way it goes. Because like, whether you leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I do still benefit from it. Well, because like I said, yeah, I may see it in my percentages where it's just like, okay, you don't see 100% of people like your video. But I do love seeing that. But I'm like, that is like a little narky to believe that every time you post a video, 100% of people are going to like it. So it's like, I get it, you know. I don't want to say it's a humbling moment because it's not. I just looking at them like, what? It was never that serious to thumbs it down. It was never that. You could have moved on with your life, but it was never that serious to say, wah, wah. You know, I feel the type of way about that. But I'm like, pretty much, y'all. I'm like, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Because like I told y'all the amount. I mean, I've told y'all, you know, my experience. I've told y'all just some background in what it's like being 1 year monetized. Definitely subscribe for the vibe. Subscribing is $free. Join the channel membership to unlock ad-free exclusive content for my members. You can also check me out on Patreon. I do have some graphic toolkits that are free for my Patreon members. So subscribe for the vibes, because I'm like, at this point, I am pretty much clocking out of this live. I do thank y'all for leaving some love in the chat, as y'all know that y'all do. You know, I love it. I love it so much. So I'm like, we are going to clock out of this live by saying our Course in Miracles, not only because we believe in it, but because we know that it works. And we know that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, as it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. As we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? And I mean, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. As there is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. As we are all meant to shine as God's children do. And we are born to make manifest the glory of God within us, and it's not just in some of us, it's in each and every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Okay? With that being said, be good, be great, look good, don't hate, spread love, because that's what a real mob doing. Keep it gangster. Look out for your people, because that's what the real gangsters do. Like I said, subscribe for the vibes, free dollars, join the channel membership, holler at me on Patreon. Act like y'all the children of God, because y'all know we are God's darlings, okay? Whether you're a Barbie doll, a brass doll, a Ken doll, a G.I. Joe, you know, green toy soldier, whatever the case may be. Be good, be great, look good, don't hate. Nobody told you I'm here. I am here to tell you. God loves you. Jesus loves you. I love you. If you love them, in turn, you will love yourself, because you will let him and just do for you. Okay? All right. So I'm out of here, y'all. Kisses and toodles.